Today we're doing just a little bit of a twofer. These are two CDC inspired patterns that work really well for me. And the first one is a Puff Daddy. This is a size 18. And this is tied on a Model 2 dry fly hook from Wholesale Fly Company. He's starting out with 18-aught olive dun thread, also available through Wholesale Fly Company. This is the classic wax thread Superfine. This Puff Daddy pattern actually only has about 2 ingredients, and the first one here is just dubbing. This is bluing olive dry fly dubbing, Superfine. And the second ingredient is CDC, and this is natural dun color. And I'm gonna select a feather here that is very thin stemmed and wispy, as opposed to a lot of other feathers in the package are long and just a thicker stem. And these thicker stems that are more stiff are harder to wrap around the hook shank of a hook this small, a size 18. So that really goes a long way toward the outcome of this fly is the CDC that you select. And I'm just going to start by pulling a few of these fibers backwards. And tie that in. Okay, and we'll get our hackle pliers. And we're just going to stroke these fibers back as we make each wrap. And we're going to wrap pretty much this whole stem, I think. We want lots of fibers on there. Pull those fibers back. Tie them off. Turns with a loop finish. Now to finish this fly, I'm going to pull all these fibers backwards, get them, if they're wrapped around a hook there, just kind of get them all free. And I'm going to break them off so that they are approximately even with the bend of the hook. And there you go. There is a CDC Puff Daddy. And the real secret to fishing this fly is just to completely saturate it with a desiccant style floatant, such as a frog's fanny dust or loon dust, high and dry, anything like that. And once you do that and you fully coat this thing, it'll look just like a little puff sitting on top of the water. And that's the Puff Daddy. The second fly we're going to tie today is a Smokejumper, and I'm using again a Wholesale Fly Company hook. This is a Model 13 emerger hook, dry fly. It's a size 18, and I'm using 8/0 light olive Superfine thread, and I'm just going to attach that to the hook shank. And next I'm going to add a strand of extra small silver ultra wire. Take that all the way back to the bend, and then I'm just going to create a thread body, slightly tapered. Stopping about even with the point of the hook, and then we'll wrap our ultra wire, just open spiral wraps to give it that little bit of a segmented look. Go. And next I'm going to use light dun oiler puffs, CDC oiler puffs. I've selected a puff here to use. tie this in so that the tips are about in line with the bend of the hook. Maybe slightly beyond. And this is going to be pulled over top of a thorax, so I'm just going to measure that just to make sure that's about the right length that we want. Looks like that'll work. With these small flies, it's very easy to crowd the eye of the hook, so I'm always, pretty aware of how much material I'm getting, how far I'm going with it. Next, I'm going to tie in a Peacock herl, single strand, by the tip. And I'm just going to wrap that using touching wraps. Fold our CDC over top of that Peacock herl thorax. Pull it back to expose the eye of the hook. You can even use your thumbnail if you got it a little bit too crowded, just to make room to tie it off there. Sometimes even just put a half hitch in there just to hold it while I get my whip finisher. Let's do a 2 or 3 turn whip finish. You can trim off these stray CDC fibers that were just a little shorter than all the rest. There you go. There is a Smokejumper. The Smokejumper along with the Puff Daddy, these are 2 great CDC based patterns to use in the fall, water low and clear, or finicky fish on the tailwaters. Both of these are great patterns that are also visible, and as I get older, I appreciate that. Thanks for watching.